I'm going to show you exactly how I graded this beautiful corset design to be my size. If you've never heard the term grading, it basically just means taking one size and changing it to be another size. If you don't know me, my name is Jessica. I'm a full-time sewing pattern designer, and I've also helped teach hundreds of students pattern making, size-inclusive grading, and how to build a sewing pattern business. This tutorial actually goes over how I took this design and turned it into my wedding dress, so I'm so excited to share this with you. So for context, this is my friend Letty from Letty Ray Designs, and this garment is her design. She designed it for her body, so when she kindly gifted it to me, I had to grade it to be my size. These red pattern pieces over here are on top of this black basic bodice block, and they represent the pattern pieces for this garment, but they're not the exact pattern pieces. They'll work perfectly for the purposes of this tutorial, but obviously it was not my pattern to be sharing with the world. Letty's pattern isn't currently available for sale, but it might be by the time you're watching this video, so I highly recommend following along her journey. So if we zoom out here, I have basically digitally sewn the pattern pieces together so you can see what it would look like if we were laying the garment flat open. So this is the full front of the bodice, this is the back of the bodice, and this is the other back half of the bodice. When we grade a pattern, we are only grading 1/4 or 1/4 of the garment at a time. So we'll grade this section, which is 1/4 of the garment, and we'll grade this section, which is 1/4 of the garment. Okay, now we're going to move over here to some notes that I made for us so that it's easy for you to follow along. Grading does involve a bit of math, but I promise it's not super scary. It's pretty basic math. Okay, so Letty is 4 inches smaller in circumference than my body, so we need to add a full 4 inches of circumference to this pattern. But because we're only working with 1/4 or 1/4 of the garment at a time, we need to divide this 4 inches of total circumference by 1/4. So that's going to look like 4 inches times 1/4 equals 1 inch. This could also be written out as 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So that means we need to increase each quarter of the garment by 1 inch. Okay, so let's talk about the back pattern piece here. We need 1 inch of total growth, and let's pretend that this center back seam is starting point 0, and then we're going to move all the way over to the side seam at 100%. So this is a guideline that's going to inform how much each section of this garment moves over in order for the entire growth to be 1 inch. This side seam here falls at 100%. 100% of 1 inch needs to be added here. That's just simple. It's 1 inch. Now let's think about these seams here. If we take this seam, I would say it's about 1/3 of the way from 0 to 100. So let's actually write that out. 1 inch times 1/3 equals 0.33 inches. So let's do that again for this seam line here. On this path from 0 to 100%, I would say that this falls about 2/3 of the way down. So we're going to do 1 inch times 2/3 equals 0.66 inches. Those numbers actually can be applied to this as well because this garment is broken up like in the same amount of chunks. So let's write this out in a way that's easy to see. We've got 0.33 inches here, and then we've got 0.66 inches here, and then we've got 1 inch here. And I'm going to do that again for this side, and maybe what I'll do is I'm going to pull this all down a little bit because it's getting a little bit crammed. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and oh, it's so small. Here we go. Pull it over here. I'm going to copy this and pull it over here. Okay, and so now what we've done is we've actually created a grade plan, and now all we have to do is execute this plan. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to pull it down here. And what I first want to do is move this 1 inch over the side seam. So I'm going to grab this piece, and I'm going to grab just the anchor points that we need with this white selection tool. Actually, let me move these because they're pretty close to those seam lines. Okay, so I'm going to grab this piece here and I'm going to press enter. And we need it to move horizontally by 1 inch because that's what we determined with our grade plan. And then it doesn't need to move vertically, so we're going to do that. And you see how this line jumped from here to here? We moved it over by 1 inch, so we're going to press OK. We're going to do the same thing here. Grab this, press enter, and it needs to be in the negative direction, so that's going to go to the left by 1 inch. Okay, so what you'll notice at this point is we've actually added our full 1 inch to the circumference of the garment, 1 inch on the left side and the right side, which ultimately altogether ends up being 4 inches total. And so in theory, we could stop here, but we're not going to stop here. And the reason that is because if we look at this garment on Letty's body is smaller than mine. So if we left those seam lines where they are on her body, they wouldn't fall visually in the correct spot on my body. body. And so that's why we decided on this 0.33 number and 0.66 number. So proportionally speaking, we are moving these seam lines over so that when we sew up the garment and put it on my body, the seam lines are going to fall in the same place on my body as they do on her body, even though her body is smaller. Okay, so that's where these numbers come in. And the reason I wanted to point this out is because these seam lines, they just move together. They don't actually add circumference to the body of the garment. The circumference has already been added by moving this side seam over and this side seam over by 1 inch. We're just moving these style lines so that they fall on my body exactly where they fall on her body. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to press enter and we're going to do 0.33 and press enter. And then we're going to grab this one, press enter and do 0.66. Amazing. We're going to do the exact same thing here. So I'm going to take this piece, press enter, and we're going to do negative 0.33. You'll see that moves to the left. We're going to do this again. Press enter, do negative 0.66. Amazing. And we finished. Now you might have some questions still at this point, and I want to address some things. So one thing to consider is that as bodies get larger across a typical size range, typically the bust is also getting larger. And that means that you might want to change the length of the garment to account for the bust getting larger. Or if you're going in the opposite direction, like if we were making this garment smaller, we might want to shorten the garment to account for the bust getting smaller. In my case, my bust is quite small, and so I don't think that I need to change the length of the garment, but that's actually something that can be very easily done after the fact. So let's say, for example, you grade a garment, you sew up a sample, and you're like, oh, you know what? I think it actually needs to be a little bit longer to fit me the exact same way that it fit the original person, and so we're just going to make it longer, no problem. So that's a design decision that you can make after the fact, but that just is something to consider. So if you're grading a wide, varied size range, you would expect this section to get lower as the sizes get bigger. And it's really by only a small amount. But again, that's something that you can decide after you've sewn up a sample and you're seeing where the garment hits at the hem level on their body versus on your body or on the body that you're fitting the garment on. The same thing can go in this upwards direction. Like you might want to split the difference of the top going up a little bit and the bottom going down a little bit. But again, it's something that you can just easily visually tell once the garment is sewn up on your body. So I want to show you a little bit deeper what happened after I graded this pattern and sewed up a sample. Okay, so this is like a wearable sample that I sewed up, and this is Letty's exact design. I hadn't hacked it or anything at this point, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was fitting me properly and doing exactly what I wanted it to. And once I was really happy with the grading and it fitting me all the way around in circumference, I actually decided to sew up a sample in muslin. That way I could draw on top of it. So you can see that I drew this line here and I drew this line here, and that's because I actually hacked her garment to be a new design for the purposes of my wedding dress. I made an entire wedding dress series that's on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all of the things, so you can follow along that if you're interested in that specific journey. But I wanted to take you through the grading portion because I know a lot of people have so many questions about it. I also want to address the fact that this is a very, very simple grading project, and the reason that is because it pretty much only needs to grow in circumference. But when you think about grading on the whole, there's a lot more that goes into it. So for example, if there was a strap on this garment, the strap would need to grow by some amount, and if there was like a full-on shoulder seam that was, you know, attached to the front of the bodice like this would need to grow in some direction. It would probably be like up and left or up and right, and that's a very nuanced place of the body because the shoulder doesn't grow in the same way that the circumference of the body grows. The same thing goes for, let's say, if we were grading pants, the crotch tab on a pair of pants, that's like a variable situation, and there's just a lot of complexity that goes into grading, you know, more complex garments with different pieces and parts. So if you're grading something simple like this, you should easily be able to follow this tutorial, but if you want to go even deeper, there's a lot of nuance into size inclusive pattern grading, and I have resources down below where you can learn more about the in-depth process, but it's not like a sit down and teach it to you in one lesson kind of video. It is an entire course that goes deep into creating size charts and all of the things involved in size inclusive grading, which also includes like fit testing and how to make adjustments and all of the things. I hope this was a helpful introduction to grading, but if you want to go even deeper, you can check the resources out below. I will also have resources related to sewing and designing my wedding dress, so if you're interested in that, that will also be below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.